What's going on, guys? We're back here at Heroes, the biggest collection of comics, toys, and collectibles in the GTA. We're here reviewing the movie Detective Pikachu. Detective Pikachu is the first live-action Pokemon movie starring Ryan Reynolds as Detective Pikachu and Justice Smith as Tim Goodman. As you know from the trailers, this movie takes place in Rhyme City, which is a fictional Pokemon city.
I love the city overall, the look and the aesthetic of the movie. I thought it was really its own, and they really worked really hard to make it its own. Rhyme City overall looked beautiful, and the combination of Pokemon running around and almost like little Easter eggs, Pokemon in the sides of your view. You caught yourself trying to find Pokemon, which was really fun.
It's really interesting to see Tim from the beginning. You see that when he was a kid, he actually really wanted to be a Pokemon trainer, and I guess the real world actually hit him, and now he works, for a bank, or he's an investment banker or something?
He's an investment
What is he? Did
he work in insurance?
I thought the CG was done really well. I'm pretty sure it's going to be hard for them, especially on the first Pokemon live action, to do a really good job of it, just because there's so many different types of Pokemon and they haven't really been all fleshed out yet, and there still isn't, it's not like they did every single Pokemon, right? They picked a select few Pokemon, they rendered them, they worked on them. I think overall how they worked in Rhyme City was really interesting because they made the whole scope of the city a little bit darker, so it makes a little bit of the CG when you're looking at the Pokemon, I think, a little bit more forgiving because they can kind of hide in the shading. So watching the trailer and now seeing the movie, did the trailer give away the movie at all?
No, it didn't. The trailer doesn't really give away too much of the plot.
It's a very good surprise to see that Mewtwo was way more in the movie than we thought.
Absolutely.
I thought that was amazing.
Yeah.
That there was a lot of Mewtwo.
There was a lot of Mewtwo, and I was really happy with that. And some of my favorite scenes were of Mewtwo, and some of my favorite scenes were actually of just the Pokemon. To be honest with you, Psyduck was a big character in the movie.
Yeah.
Next to Pikachu, he was the second biggest Pokemon in the movie, and then after that would be Mewtwo. Psyduck was done really well, and he was really funny, and also Mr. Mime. Mr. Mime was a really funny character, and even though he was only in one scene, it was just a really funny scene.
The CG for Detective Pikachu is definitely better than the Sonic that everyone's really pissed off about right now. How can we forget about Pikachu? We didn't talk about Pikachu. Look at this. We got this big set here. We got all these things happening.
So Pikachu as a character in the movie, Ryan Reynolds voicing Pikachu, how did you feel about it?
I thought he did a really good job. There was a lot of funny parts in the trailer. There were actually way more funny parts in the movie, so that was surprising. He definitely did carry the movie for the most part. There was a lot of actual attacks that he ended up doing, and he actually did fight in the movie. I wasn't sure how much he was going to do that, that was really cool. But overall, Ryan Reynolds brought a really interesting element to Pikachu.
I love Ryan Reynolds as an actor, and I love him in any role. I love all his roles that he's been in. I find him extremely funny. Some lines I didn't think were appropriate, even though I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Just because you're trying to choose who your target audience is, and if you're gearing towards kids, Ryan Reynolds didn't really fit the role because a lot of his dialogue was more adult friendly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of underlining humor there.
Definitely, they're definitely trying to capitalize on the fact that Deadpool was really successful, and they're trying to just kind of take off the edge just a little bit, but still just give you enough to satisfy the adults and give humor to the kids.
Yeah, and I understand that. It just sometimes it just threw it a little off.
So last night we saw a pre-screening of Detective Pikachu starring Ryan Reynolds and Justice Smith as Tim Goodman. What did you think about this movie? What's your overall opinion of Detective Pikachu?
So overall, I completely fell in love with the Pokemon world that they created for this movie. The first 20 minutes were some of my favorite scenes. Catching Pokemon and Pokemon battling, just seeing all of the Pokemon in general. I did think that the script didn't really fit the tone in some points. Overall, the script could have been handled a little bit better, and the plot could have been handled a little bit better. The Pokemon were some of my favorite parts of the movie. Overall, I give it a 7 out of 10.
Awesome. I thought Detective Pikachu was a really good time at the movies. If you're a fan of the Pokemon series in general, or you're fresh to the series, it definitely gives you a taste of what's to come. The CG was definitely really awesome. They spent a lot of time on each and every Pokemon. They really made them look great. There was a lot of Pokemon that stood out. They made sure that they stood out. There were Pokemon like Mr. Mime, Ditto, Mewtwo, Charizard, obviously Detective Pikachu. I'm really excited to see where they go with this going forward. Hopefully you see more Pokemon battles and more Pokemon catching. That would be really great to see. 7 out of 10. We hope you enjoyed this episode of the In Studio Review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see us here reviewing more movies at Heroes. Take care, guys. Catch them all.
Perfect.
Now that.
Was it recording?